we strive for freedom. But our freedom is under attack. Freedom of speech, freedom of faith, freedom to work, freedom to prosper. And I was visiting Congress, and somebody on the Congress floor made a comment. Hey, Dr. Lalani, are you Muslim? You don't look like Muslim. Why are you hurting for Gaza? And I said, I'm very proud Muslim, and I'm here because my faith teaches us that one life that could be prevented is lost is one too many. Political drama in DC that is happening, but it's still is affecting families all over, right here in Texas, right in our neighborhood, right everywhere.
Hello and welcome to Behind the Veil, a podcast series powered by American Muslim Today, a non-profit national media platform. I'm your host, Dr. Amir Khan. Today's guest is a representative, Suleman Lalani, MD, a physician, a legislator, and the first Muslim South Asian representative to serve in the Texas House. Elected in 2022 to represent District 76, which includes Sugarland, Stafford, Richmond, and Meadows Place, Dr. Lalani has brought his decades of medical experience to the state legislature, championing healthcare reform, mental health initiatives, and education equality. In his first legislative session, he passed 36 bills, including measures to expand postpartum Medicaid coverage, advance mental health support for students, and promote AI workforce training. Recognized as AAPI Freshman of the Year and a public education champion, Dr. Lalani continues to advocate for policies that strengthen healthcare access, protects voting rights, and promotes inclusivity across Texas. Dr. Lalani, welcome to the show.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for the invite and the opportunity to speak to you, and through you connected through all your friends and our community across Texas and wider.
As a practicing physician and legislator, how do you navigate the intersections of medical ethics and political decision making, especially when there may be a conflict?
So, for me, I think it's a blessing. I take it, and Allah has given me this opportunity to represent our community. And, we have come a long way. In Texas, we have come a long way from a legislator walk out when a Muslim imam comes to give an invocation on the Texas floor, to a representative who is taking an oath on Holy Qur'an. And as you mentioned, I'm very proud to be first Muslim, first South Asian to be elected. And I also take pride to be a physician legislator, because I take it as, taking care of ailing patients is as taking care of ailing policies, because at my core, I believe in healing. And if I wear my legislator hat, then, healing through engagement, healing through awareness, healing through representation, healing through legislation. And that's what we've been trying to do.
That's very interesting to know. Thank you for explaining that. I think as being a physician, bringing your medical expertise into the House, and now being a Muslim legislator, my question second was about what challenges have you faced with your colleagues and peers in the House?
So it's an interesting story. I mean, we have come through a lot, and broadly speaking, like we say that freedom, everybody loves freedom, and then we strive for freedom. But our freedom is under attack. Freedom of speech, freedom of faith, freedom to work, freedom to prosper. So we have those challenges, but being in the leadership position and having the engagement, having that credibility, we are able to make a difference. Another story is when this Palestine-Gaza crisis was happening, and I was visiting Congress, and somebody on the Congress floor made a comment. Hey, Dr. Lalani, are you Muslim? You don't look like Muslim. Why are you hurting for Gaza? And I said, I'm very proud Muslim, and I'm here because my faith teaches us that one life that could be prevented is lost is one too many. And as if you're killing one life, it's like you're killing the whole human life, right? So he starts he became a little serious. So you came here on your expense? I said, yeah, I am here on my expense. I know I don't belong here. This is above my pay grade, but I want to represent my community.
Dr. Lalani, let me just hop on to the next question. And that's about what's happening currently and impact of that for the Muslims. One of the things that is going on is the government shutdown, which is in approximately its fourth week now. Um, Tell us, how do you view this as disrupting daily life in Texas, delaying benefits to travel issues?
So this is, political drama in DC that is happening, but it's affecting families all over, right here in Texas, right in our neighborhood, right everywhere. Employees are missing their paycheck. I just heard today that there will be second paycheck they will be missing. And then how many of us we know that people are living paycheck to paycheck, especially hardworking who are in that category. It's very difficult for them to do that part. SNAP benefit, 42% million Americans are part of it, which is almost 1 in 8 American, right? And as part of our family, as a part of our community, I'm pretty sure a lot of our Muslim families also fall under that SNAP that they're taking, right? So that is affecting people. The affordable care, that the premium increase that is going to happen.
Let me just get on to the next question for you, and that's about some of the legislation you brought about, bringing awareness about domestic and sexual violence against men. Tell us about that initiative, and how do you think that has changed or will impact, or is having any impact so far?
So see, the domestic violence that is happening and is on the rise, unfortunately. But whenever we talk about domestic violence, we have mostly talked about women and how they suffer. And there are instances where the men are suffering too, the boys are suffering too, right? And then to bring the light on that subject matter is important. So there is some awareness that is happening. I work with child advocates and other organizations locally and statewide.
Let's go on to another question, and that's about the 2026 election years. I want to ask you, what do you think, what areas would you be focusing on representing the Muslim and the minority communities in Texas?
I think the most, like you're talking about next legislative session when we will go, what we're going to focus on. Of course, I will focus again on healthcare access and affordability. My also focus is technology and AI. That I will pick it up, and again, education and other safety, security, and all the other things that will come along. But I think I'm going to focus more. In fact, I'm asking Speaker to have an interim committee so we can explore our healthcare access and affordability, and also look into Medicaid.
That's excellent. And Dr. Lani, any final message you'd like to give to the Muslim community specifically about how can they reach out to you? How can you represent them? Any concerns the Muslims have?
To my Muslim brothers and sisters, I think engagement is very important. We have the critical numbers, critical masses, but we don't come out to vote. So we don't have our power as a bloc. I think we need to engage, we need to learn, and then we need to advocate about our passions and also differentiate the offices and learn to know what offices can do what is their authority. So learn to ask the right question to the right legislator. I mean, there's no point of asking somebody in Congress and saying that my pothole, fix my pothole in the neighborhood. Also, my other message to be is not always go to point finger. Sometimes, build relationship with the legislators, with the elected, but their offices also, with their staff also. And then you can go with the problem and with the solution. If you just go with the problem, you'll be heard. But if you go with the problem and the solution, I think if we do this, you'll be better received.
Thank you for joining me here on Behind the Veil. Dr. Lalani, it was a great pleasure to have you in today with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
If you value our public service journalism, please support American Muslim Today, a 501c3 nonprofit, by following us on social media at americanmuslimtoday.com or donating at americanmuslimtoday.com. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. For now, from here for studios, have a good evening, you all.